Hey guys, on today's show, Chris and JB will be talking about AEW Dynasty and Dynamite. We got a lot to talk about in not a lot of time, so let's get to it. I'm JB. Next to me, the best Chris in all of wrestling podcasts, Mr. Chris Dredd. And fuck me, bruv, we have got a lot of shit here.
Mate,
Shit.
it is, we talk a lot about WCW on this show, and
We do.
there's some shit that sort of has a lot of parallels, shall we say, with certain aspects. But look, we'll dive in.
We will.
JB, let's go.
I have found myself taking a lot of notes since staying up for a bit to watch Dynasty. I didn't stay up for the whole thing.
Right.
I think I fell asleep around about Tony Storm Thunder Rosa's match, like halfway through. I was tired. It was late. You fall asleep. That's not a reflection on how they did. Let's dive in. We're not talking about 0 Hour. We'll get to Wraith Energy. Don't worry about that.
It's just extremely tasty. That's all.
We, zero Hour, which did actually, I will cover it now because it had Jay White on the pre-show. One of those ultimate game changers that everyone spoke about, and the word game changer is something that you might hear more than once today. I'll get Chris to whisper it to you later.
I was this
You
close
can do
to
it now. Go on.
change your switchblade.
Oh, gives you do Dwayne.
Do you know what I mean? You're getting poo skimples, bruv. Yeah.
Why stick someone of his obvious talent on a pre-show? Why waste him against people who are not going nowhere? Some are going nowhere, but I think the Guns as a tag team, perfectly fine. I think the Acclaimed are finished. I think Billy Gunn has already showed what worth he has now in 2024, which is very little. Max Caster's raps are the pits.
I'd smash him in a battle, bruv.
Yeah, I know this. We've spoke about this. Yeah, Chris, the Acclaimed battle rapper himself. Maybe is this the challenge issued? Anyone can
Mate,
get it.
it's always been out there, but my man, obviously, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's just say anyone can get it, not just Max.
Right.
Anyone else that thinks they got some,
anyone
come
can get it.
Yes.
That's right.
They can get these hands. Yeah.
They can get these bars. You know what I mean? They can get these bars.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed. Someone, again, we've been challenged quite a bit this week by people online, and someone with maybe half a brain cell said, "Oh, it's obvious, turning Max heel if you can't see it, blah blah blah." Like, it's not that we can't see it; it's just that it's shit. It's poor.
They're not turning him heel. He's just fucked up. He's just not been on point.
His raps have been bad.
Yeah, I mean, and this is from someone, dude, as well. When Max Caster, when I liked the Acclaimed, bro. Don't make me.
He's gonna get the scissors. There you go.
Getting the fucking scissors. Don't make me get the fucking scissors out. Yeah. Oh, scissor me that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've got. Come on, bro.
It's washed, isn't it? Is the word I think I'm using here.
It's washed. No, it's not washed. I haven't taken it out of the plastic yet. Oh, I was a fan of the Acclaimed. I thought, I used to look forward to Max's raps. I really did. I thought it was, it was great stuff. I thought it was fantastic.
I think they peaked at Wembley. That's my opinion of it.
I think they have peaked, but I think, turning him heel wouldn't be a bad idea. It's
Max has got nothing about him as well. Like, even in the ring, it doesn't wake me up. It doesn't make me think I must sit here and watch this Max Caster match. Bowens has a bit more of an energy about him, and I think he has a better sort of grip on grappling. Maybe, call it like that. And like I said, Billy Gunn is pushing 60. I'm not 100% sure, and that match with Jay White was so bad. I think it's time maybe for Billy to move into a more production sort of side of things. Maybe, agent, maybe do something like that. But
they probably wouldn't fucking listen to him either, this is the thing.
No, that's fine. Like, either way, it doesn't matter. Get him off screen.
But Switchblade Jay White, when he got signed to AEW, it was you could hear the choruses of Game Changer. I'm almost certain that Jay White was the first game changer. You know,
No,
when people no,
Moxley was the first
what?
game changer.
Oh no, I mean, yeah. Besides, I'm talking about like someone that they
Swerve was a
got and they
game
just
changer too. Like,
yeah,
Keith Lee was a game changer.
when they got Switchblade in, they said this guy is one of the best wrestlers in the world. That was
He
specifically
was.
the angle. It was like this guy is smashing it in Japan. He's fucking killing it. He is the best wrestler in the world. Please tell me what of any substance he has done since he's been in AEW.
He lost to MJF in the world title match where MJF was on one leg.
And
Done. Yeah, finished.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I make my point.
Gonna move on to the main show. The opening match between Okada and Pac. Very good. Very good match. It's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with the match. My problem is with Pac, and that they have decided that he is a perennial loser. He doesn't win any big matches. Yes, he'll give everyone a good match. That's fine. Like, but he needs to be taken seriously. Putting him in championship matches for whatever championship, I believe it was the Continental Championship. Fuck me. But he just loses. He doesn't win any big matches, and you can't take him seriously after if he just keeps losing. Like, it annoys me that someone as good as him, as recognizable, as easily marketable,
Bro,
is
he was
dumped
the
like that.
inaugural. He was one of the inaugural NXT Tag Team Champions, bruv.
It was
He was
indeed.
he was, with our friend of the show, Joel Redmond. Oliver
Yes.
Gray. Those two guys were the first NXT Tag Team Champions, and albeit for an unfortunate injury on Joel's part, and things that were happening there. Unfortunately, they didn't go too far with that. But he's easily marketable.
Yeah.
He is got the skills to do it in the ring. He is fucking talented. AEW, the problem is they focus on the wrong fucking people. They're pushing people like your Willow Nightingales and your
We'll get there.
fucking.
We'll get there.
Do you know what I mean? But
Let's stay in order, yeah. But
yeah,
we'll
yeah,
get there.
but yeah, like that. But to my point, it's he's putting his eggs in the wrong basket. They do have people there that can really work and that can really do bits,
Yeah.
like your Switchblade, your bastard Pax. Pax just been sort of lost in the trio stuff.
Yeah.
And he's not really sort of been able to sort of cut his path, in AEW. He's not been given anything sort of significant to do, really. So
I mean,
it's a shame because I like Pac.
it's cool if he's happy doing that, but for me, I hate to see it. I hate to see someone with that talent, and he can cut a promo too. He's perfectly good at that, all of that stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
But you
yeah, yeah,
keep beating him in the main matches and stuff. People will start to notice this guy can't win them,
yeah.
and it's not always a good storyline to have that they can't win the big one. Oh, next up, it was the trios match of Adam Copeland stuck in trios matches. Eddie Kingston, Mark Briscoe against the House of Black. I mean, there are parts of the House of Black that I like and some I don't. I think Malachi Black, or whatever you want to call him, is probably counting the days where he could go back to the WWE. Adam Copeland was happy making a mint off Tony Khan, doing what he's doing. Machine Gun Chops need to be retired. I tweeted that out. I don't care who does them. They look like shit. It just looks bad. And I got nothing really else to say about that match. I didn't enjoy it like that much, to be fair. I thought
It
it
was
was
just,
just
yeah, it was just male, wasn't it? It was
meh.
just, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And I mean, you talk about Willow Nightingale because this match came up next. It was the TBS Championship, Willow Nightingale against champion Julia Hart. And Julia Hart is someone we've spoken about. And even as recently as like a couple of weeks ago, saying how I thought in particular the presentation of Julia has been excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's been a real positive for AEW, and they should have looked to continue that, and they didn't. They had a beat in a pretty standardish shitty match with Willow Nightingale,
Yeah.
all to further the story where someone got injured in another promotion, and to put that match on with Mercedes and Willow Nightingale, and I'm not looking forward to that. I was quite enjoying the run that Julia Hart had.
let it cook. Let it cook a bit. Let her do what she was doing. And, fucking hell, it's they don't let anything breathe. I mean, we'll get to that, I'm sure.
There's so much to do, yeah.
Yeah, there's so much to go into, but again, it's like, and I can say this because I have ADHD, but AEW should be called ADHDEW because, do you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
is, they just, everything's just all the time going, 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 going. It's
There's
like,
wrestling Gabba, wasn't it?
it is fucking wrestling Gabba. It's, there's too much. It's like you're expecting a couple of Dutch guys in fucking shell suits to be like at the, you know what I mean? Like, it's fucking heavy. Let it cook, let things happen. Julia Hart was starting to, yeah, that more things could be done to keep that belt on her, to push this narrative of, she's this dark sort of character who, remember when
Yeah.
she first came in and she was like the sort of fucking cheerleader.
Cheerleader for
Yeah.
Griff Garrison and
And Pillman
Pillman
Jr.
Jr. Yeah.
Do you remember that? You know what I
Like
mean?
character progression as well has been excellent. And
Yeah.
I'm a little bit like, and this is why, anyone that's listening will say, "Oh, they're just hating on AEW." We're not. We actually,
No.
we're talking about what we enjoyed.
And we watch it, dude, as well. For all its things, we
Yeah.
want to enjoy it, we want to like it, but we also want it to sort of be more palatable to other, and want it to make sense a bit. But the problem is
There
they
can be
have to,
much more to it. Yeah.
yeah, they're cycling people too quickly because they've got too many people, and not, like we've said a million times, they don't have the infrastructure to just keep someone in a position and build stuff. They're always chopping and changing. It's like, oh, everyone's got to have a turn with the title for X amount of time. And it's like, even this Roderick Strong now is going to be facing Will Ospreay at some point soon, and he's going to lose the fucking belt to Will 100%.
Yeah.
So it's
We'll get there.
we'll get, do you know what I mean? But yeah, it fucking annoys me because it's like, let things breathe. Let someone have the belt for a substantial amount of time, and let things cook.
Yeah. Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. Oh man, I don't have a big sort of thing. I enjoy what they did in NXT when they were together at Undisputed Era and all that. But this bit where they're now in a very quick feud, didn't work. The match itself, I wasn't expecting much from it. It didn't deliver for me as well. Kyle O'Reilly looked like something out of Raven's flock in WCW, which did make me chuckle. But then we got to the match and it's a lot of strikes. It was a lot of that sort of
Hmm.
wrestling, that version
Yeah,
of wrestling.
yeah.
But they were rushing. My
Hmm.
God, they were rushing. Everything was so fast paced. Nobody was taking their time. Nobody, and we always got told, even early in wrestling training, if you
Yep.
think you're, going too slow,
Going too
slow
slow.
down.
Yes,
And
right.
they didn't. They didn't slow down. They just going and going and going.
Yeah.
You had a really shitty, weird running from Wardlow, which didn't pan out.
Mm,
But the match just, yeah, I was not interested by the end of it. I was like, please slow down, please stop and sell something, please, for the
mm,
love of fucking God, sell it.
yeah.
But no, it didn't. They didn't sell it. Roddy Strong got the win. Adam Cole came out with the other two guys, Bennett and Taven, I think it is. He
Mm,
stood up out of his wheelchair. It's a miracle. Be praised. He can walk again. And he's shooting daggers at Wardlow in the celebration. Like, oh, yawn. Fucking yawn. Adam Cole, relevant until after All In. That was for me. Like, and then what? Nothing.
mate. Well,
But
I
yeah,
would
Strong and
never.
O'Reilly didn't. Like, they needed to slow down. I was begging them to slow down by the end of it.
I will never forget being in wrestling training, and I'll never forget, if you think you're going too slow, slow down,
Yeah,
because you've got to make sure that people have a chance to register what you are doing, right? I remember I remember a time where it was just before Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly were seen in AEW, they had a fantastic fucking match on an NXT pay-per-view.
They did.
Do you
Yeah.
remember their last match they had on NXT?
Yeah.
It was one of them went through the walkway staging. There was chains. It was absolutely brutal. It was that style of wrestling that AEW fans, do you know what, bro? Do you know what we're gonna do? And we're doing this, right? We are gonna do a watch along to that last match that Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole had in NXT on that pay-per-view, right?
Okay. But
We'll
I
do
said
one.
we were going to do a watch along to another match, and that match is coming up. So
It is. So, so we'll do that because just to show people that might hate on us and think that we're picking apart that style of wrestling that AEW does, we're not, because that match that Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole had in NXT, their last match they had on that pay-per-view, I think it was either one of their last match or not the last match that one of them had.
yeah, I can't. Yeah, it might have been the last one Adam Cole had.
I think it was. It
Yeah,
was the last match that Adam Cole had in WWE in
yeah,
NXT, and it was on a pay-per-view, and it was against Kyle O'Reilly, and it was fantastic match, bro. It was all over the place. It was they smashed through the ring, they smashed through the walkway, they had weapons, they had everything. It was, but they did things in a way where it was slow, it was measured, but still fast paced. There
yeah.
was you can still be fast paced, but take half a second to
It's
register
very,
what
it's
moves.
very indie. What I was
Yes.
seeing in that match
Yeah.
with Strong and O'Reilly, it was very indie,
Yeah.
and that works that really does work in the hardcore fan base that were in St. Louis on that night. 6,000.
But these guys have worked WWE and they know how to work properly. If you know what I'm saying,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they know how to work. You can still work, bro. You watch matches like I'm just watching WrestleMania 29. I've just been watching. You got Bryan Danielson, and you got Team Hell No, and things like that. Where you've got Bryan Danielson doing his thing, but he's still fast paced and doing quick moves, but in a way where every move is registered and giving people half a second to, okay,
Yeah.
that's just happened. That's just happened. Bang, bang, bang. You have your sequences, obviously, but there's a way, because if not, nothing means anything, basically. And it's, yes, we could go to an indie and watch a couple of fucking jabronis knock seven shades of
We
shit out
have.
of each
We've
other.
seen it.
We've seen it. We've been there. We can do that, right? If we want to. But when you're watching and you're promoting a TV product that has got people that have been at this level, you've got your Roderick Strongs, you've got your Kyle O'Reillys, you've got your, they know how to work a stiff style and
Mm.
a fast-paced style, but still they know how to
But
make it mean
let it
something.
breathe.
Let it
You know,
breathe. But that's the problem. Nothing's breathing. I'm sorry. That was my rant, because it does annoy me, because I like that style of wrestling, bro. I like it. I like it rough and ready. I like that sort of fast-paced, stiff style. You get what I'm saying? I
we've
like it.
heard many times you like it rough and ready.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously. But, it's just got to be done in a way where it fucking matters. Sell something, for fuck's sake. If you're going to get kicked in the head, sell that you've just been kicked in the head.
We'll get there. We'll get there too. Chris Jericho and Hook, fuck me. I had no interest in this when it started. Someone did make a very valid point, and this is someone that is a very good friend of this show, very good friend of ours. Billy said this was one of the only matches that had a story, and he was right. He's right. It does have a story. Whether or not you're interested in that story is another thing.
Is another
But
question. Yeah.
I wasn't, and the fans weren't, because again, I made a point online. It looked like a lot of fans decided. Well, I said to turn the house lights down for a start, because it looked like the fans decided that that was a piss break match,
Mm-hmm.
and it did look like it. People were up and out in their droves, but it was also the bit where fans were chanting "Go home, Jericho, go home," and that wasn't for him to just leave and go and sit in his house. That was that's go away heat. That is
You're
like,
done.
I
Yeah.
don't want you. I don't even want to see you heat. And yeah, it wasn't a good match. It was one of those. trashy sort of hardcore matches. And someone said like the FTW belt might as well be the hardcore title. And again, yeah, I didn't enjoy it. I'm not enjoying Jericho's work. I don't care if what anyone says, if it's used as a storyline or whatever. This is the worst version of Chris Jericho I think I've ever seen. Jericho
That's my
won the
point,
fucking title. I mean, it's not.
right?
It's a nothing title. Before we get anywhere, it's a
But the
nothing
thing
title,
is,
but it's another belt on the show.
yeah, but what happened to these guys coming to AEW to put over the younger guys? What is the point in Hook? What is the point in Hook doing a program
It,
with Jericho
I
if
think
ultimately
it might be the story that WWE has interest in Hook, and I think maybe that, in a way, sometimes bookers and writers are some of the touchiest, softest people in the world when it comes to this sort of thing. I think, well, what do you mean he's going WWE? What do you mean he's got interest? They've got interest in him, right? Let's have him
fuck
lose a
it?
few matches. Yeah, let's make
Do you
him
know
look
what I mean?
shit.
It's
Like,
petty.
yeah,
It's petty.
petty
But
and nasty.
you know what? Yeah, it's not like Jericho doesn't know how to put people over. Jericho has in the past put people over. I'm watching WrestleMania 29. He puts over Fandango for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I don't think he was too thrilled about that though.
No, well, it is what it is, man. But it went for the story.
Yeah,
That's the thing. This is the thing that annoys me about wrestlers. That whole
but to be
ego
fair,
thing.
that weekend Fandango was over like Rover, wasn't he?
Exactly. That's what I'm trying
Yeah,
to say, bruv. So
that
you
whole
can't.
weekend was a Fandango weekend.
It was fucking fantastic. But this is the thing. These wrestlers need to get out of their egos like they don't want to lose. It's like you are not a legitimate fucking fighter. You're not legitimately
Yeah,
fighting each other. This is a story. And if the story is better for you to lose, then you're gonna fucking lose. Like these people need to like wake up to what wrestling is, man. It's supposed to be what is best for the story. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, no, and we will talk about story very shortly. Like I think after this match, maybe. Yes, after this match coming up, it was Tony Storm and uh, Thunder Rosa for Timeless Tony's championship. Again, something we mentioned on this show, Tony Storm doing some of the best work of her career.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes and does something stupid in the press conference, which is, ridiculous how they let that through. I don't know why they do these things. The match itself didn't really hit for me. There was inevitable interference. Mariah May, Deonna Purrazzo came out. The Forgotten Woman, Deonna Purrazzo got that title shot, and now I'm quite happy she's still on TV and she hasn't just faded into the background like we thought it could happen.
I really like her. I always
She's not,
have.
we really like Deonna, but I don't think she's in the championship picture now. I imagine Tony will retain the title until All In, and whoever she faces, whether it's a returning Britt Baker or Saraya gets another one.
Where is Britt Baker?
I don't know. There was another story out possibly today, even that WWE has shown interest in Britt Baker, Hook, and Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks will go.
Yeah, because
Ricky's
Cody's over there.
Cody's there, and they've got nothing for Ricky, or they're not using Ricky at all.
Yeah,
I
but
know
probably
I
because
know they
he's
stuck the
so
tag
close.
titles on him. Yeah, with they put the tag titles on him with Big Bill, like, and again underutilized people like Bill, like he's a massive guy, can do so much more. But yes, this match didn't do it for me. Tony Storm won it with a low blow and then her Storm Zero finisher, like bit weird, but doesn't matter. Like Timeless Tony retained. It is. I'm glad she did
Yeah.
because sometimes championships need to stay where they are and all that business. But then she went into the press conference and talked about not asking. She didn't need Tony to come out and celebrate with her and talk about finishing stories. And I was like, oh fucking hell,
Yeah, it's fucking pathetic, really. It's beyond
it's
pathetic. But I don't
tragic.
know who's. Do you reckon that was her idea? Because it didn't seem like she was
Well,
into it.
I can't imagine you get many people. I imagine most people's promos are bullet pointed and not completely written out. Maybe she wanted to drop that. I don't know. It,
It didn't seem like she was fully on it. She was sort of like
yeah,
stumbled through it. You know, she
yeah,
wasn't doing it with the pizzazz that she usually does. Do you know what I mean? Because I watched it and it was like,
yeah. I don't
it
know. I just don't think it was a good line to put out. I think it
wasn't a
again
good
looks
look. It's like
makes them look small time, makes them look shit.
Yeah, but they're constantly referencing the other show.
Yes, they are.
They're constantly referencing New York. You know what I mean?
Up north.
Up north, you know, they're
Yeah.
constantly referencing it, and
But
it
it
does
was
make
yeah, it was
them.
unnecessary.
Yeah,
And again, it only makes you look weaker than, the competitors who are much more successful than you. It's the big one next. It's Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson, and I got so much to say about this. Like I'll get through it as quick as I can,
let's go.
and I will start by saying that it was the wrong result, and it's down to bad booking. Again, I got so much time for the match. It's a good match. It's not the greatest match I've ever seen, and it's where I lost a lot of respect for, people like John Pollock and Wei Ting from Post Wrestling by them putting their love letter out to this match when it's good. It's okay, but again, like a lot of guys now, a lot of wrestling media have fallen into the cage match slash Meltzer trap where, follow what Meltzer says and you can tell the world what a good wrestling match is. And I'm not having that. I'm not having that. Absolutely not having that. It's the only match from America that's made it into the cage match top 10. Like,
Mm,
fuck off.
mm.
Like, but I'm gonna move on because I don't want to be stuck on this forever. But the result was wrong, and I'll tell you why. Story wise, you had so much more to take from this than a one dream match, and that saying is losing its meaning weekly. Imagine, right, and you have to bear with me, Chris, for just a minute. Imagine Danielson wins. Danielson wins by the skin of his nutsack. He rolls him up. He's the veteran. He is the more
Hmm.
experienced guy. And he says, I got you. I had to do a lot. I had to use everything in my playbook, but I got you.
Yeah,
Then there's scope for Will to chase a rematch before All In, a rematch with Danielson, number one contender. I can beat you, Daniel. I know I can. And Danielson saying, I've already beat you. I can do it again.
yeah.
Have the rematch. Have Ospreay win 1-1. It's 1-1 before All In. But then Ospreay has his match with the new world champion, beats him at All In, gets that big moment. You've got a third match waiting later down the line. A third match. It's 1-1. Championships on the line.
Hmm.
Fucking hell, you can sell that. You can sell trilogies just like that.
Yeah,
Good
but the
fucking trilogies. You can sell them and they're so
yeah,
good. But for some reason,
lazy.
Will Ospreay has to win that match. He doesn't.
Yeah, it's another
Danielson
one
win, yeah.
again.
Have
It's
them go 1-1. Have them go,
yeah,
and the winner take all in the third match for the championship.
yeah.
But again, what an opportunity missed. I'm so mad that shit just doesn't get seen.
Yeah, but that's the problem because the booker, whoever it is, whoever's doing the booking, which we know who it fucking
Fuck
is
Tony Khan,
scared.
fuck Will Washington, and fuck Pat Buck.
Yeah, but they're
Dickheads, man.
scared to book. They're scared to book someone to lose, like Will Ospreay, when it will be better for the story if he loses. It's more to build, but they
You're
don't build
killing
nothing.
storylines and killing
Yeah,
opportunities
one
for
and
what?
done.
For what?
Yeah. What's better? What's better than Will Ospreay against Bryan Danielson? Having three Will Ospreay versus
Having
Bryan
three
Danielson
of them, yeah, and
with
it
a
doesn't
story.
have to be one
Yeah,
after the other.
yeah,
They'd have to squeeze another one in before All In because the
yeah,
winner would take on the champion.
yeah,
But then it's that third one that you can stick on any time you want.
yeah,
Who's the better man? We've done it. We've done it twice. They've both got one apiece, and
yeah.
we've seen it, and it's been great. Have a third one, and then Danielson can ride off into the sunset. But no, we get one and done.
That's right.
And nobody, yeah. And the match itself is a good match. It's a very good match. There's some issues, and I'll talk about them. Will Ospreay selling isn't a good
What's
thing.
selling?
Yeah,
What's selling?
fighting spirit needs to be kicked out of pro wrestling. It's just another excuse for them not to sell.
Yeah, it was a good magazine. We loved it. Yeah, but it has no place in the ring.
And lastly, you know, people will talk about it and they probably will disagree with it. I think the fans fucking were ruining it. 2 seconds in, this is awesome. Fight forever. All
Mm,
this crap. Like, no, I'm not having it. I'm not
no.
having that, you know, but I understand what the fan base is. And I've coined a new term for them. They are the sweat hogs of pro wrestling.
Yes.
You know, shout out to my man Rick
Rick
Rude
Rude. That's
for,
right.
you know, letting me borrow this. They are the sweat hogs of pro wrestling. It is absolutely shit. It is garbage. And they were putting up all their sing-song chants, you know, fight forever, this is awesome. And my personal favorite, this is wrestling. What the fuck did you pay to see? Something else?
Mm-hmm.
Of course it's fucking wrestling, you dicks.
Mm.
Yeah, it's very, but I understand it's a very pro AEW crowd. It is the markiest of marks. The smell must have been unbearable.
The smarkiest of smarks.
Sure, well, yeah, sure. And yeah, like I said, really good match. Perfectly fine. Don't tell me it's the greatest match I've ever seen, and it don't tell me how to feel about it.
I mean, what was the story of that match? Just who's the best?
Yeah, who's Batman? Let that play out over 3 matches. I'm fine with it. If you're doing it over one match, fuck off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What do I know?
No, but this is the problem, bruv. This is the thing. We've offered Tony Khan. We've offered him our services. We've said to him, mate, we will happily come and book for you. But Tony's scared. Tony's scared to book.
This is what happens when you don't run a business,
Yeah.
and it's not. You know, you can
You're
just
trying to make everybody happy.
you can play wrestling supercard or WWE GM mode on 2K whatever all the live long day with no consequence. And I'm so they're pissing money up the wall by not having two of the arguably the best wrestlers in the world. I'll say arguably because I don't necessarily feel that way. But if you want two of the best to go at it, have them go at it more than once.
Yeah, but that would be, that would be the sort of the way to make things matter more in the future. So you've got the first one, you've got the first one which sets the stage. You got the second one which then progresses it a little bit more. Then
Yeah.
you've got the third one at some point where, like
People
you
would have
say,
been
you've got
clamoring for the third match.
yeah, because we had that with Rock and Austin. We had that with Rock and Austin. You had, and you had The Rock giving it Act 1 and Act 2. No one cares about them. Everyone cares about Act 3.
And again, arguably one of the most successful guys in the business, cutting a promo like that. Everybody cares about Act 3.
Yep,
If they're going to steal any storylines from anything,
yep,
take that one. Take the
yeah,
Act 3 fucking storyline
yeah,
and
exactly.
make me want to watch it.
Yeah,
I don't care where Will Ospreay goes from here. I genuinely don't.
yeah, but where is there to go? He's already sort of
Well, we know where he's going
beaten.
next.
He's already beaten the best wrestler that
He's
AEW
he's
have got,
taking on
right?
he's taking on Roderick Strong at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Who gives a fuck about that now?
Nope, not
No
me.
one cares. No
Yeah.
one cares.
So that's my opinion on it. I'm sorry I took up a bit of time on that. Like, you have to tell
No,
me
bro,
yours. Come on.
no. It's fucking it's valid. It's 100% valid, bro. You're not wrong, are you? That's the thing. These we've got legitimate fucking beefs with the way that they're doing certain things, but we're not saying, oh, that was shit and not giving a reason for it. We're
Yeah.
going, that match was really good, but here's how they could have carried it on and made more money.
The visuals on Osprey as well, when he wasn't selling, he was in the label lock and he wasn't selling it. He wasn't there was no anguish on his face. And it's not my fault that I notice it. The camera goes close in on his face. And I'm like, sell it, man. Fucking
Yeah,
sell
but the
it.
thing is
Tell
though,
me that you're tell me this is hurting you.
yeah, but this
And
is the thing. He doesn't think he needs to because he's been told over and over again he's the best wrestler in the world. Even he says, "I'm the best wrestler in the world.
yeah.
I don't
Tell
need to."
tell tell a lie enough that they'll believe it,
Yeah, that's right.
So
He doesn't need to sell. He's been, and this is the thing. You need to fucking sell, else there's no point, and no one gives a fuck about what you're doing.
yeah.
No one cares.
So sorry, yeah. My take on that, like, yeah,
No.
you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's go, bruv. You've said there's nothing I can add to that apart from, like I say, I just wanted to chip my two pennyworth in about the Act 2, Act
Yeah,
1, Act 2,
that's
Act 3.
exactly where we were. Yeah, we were on
Yeah,
the same wavelength there for sure.
exactly. But we've not even spoken about it
No,
previously. But we just it goes.
The ladder match for the tag team titles at the end of a tournament. I believe at one point in the promo before the match, I'm sure the Bucks said they made the ladder match famous, and I was
Really?
like, when did they make it famous? Don't lie on the show and then expect us not to pick up on it. I couldn't care less what ladder matches they've been in because they don't hold a candle to the ladder matches that we've seen. I've seen live. We've seen live Money in the Bank ladder matches.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's not even talking about the ladder matches that came before that
Bruv, Sean
with
and Razor.
the Shawn and Razor, the Hardys, Dudleys, Edge and Christian, all of that
TLC.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
all those great ladder matches. And yeah, they telling me
Even
that they made it famous.
the early Money in the Bank matches were great, bruv.
Yeah.
The ones
Hell,
with CM Punk and
the
Jericho
Money in the Bank
and
ladder match we saw last year,
yeah.
damn good. And I just what the fuck are they on if they think maybe it's meant to incent
Rub
people.
people. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think part of it is that, but it. I still don't agree with putting the titles on them all the time.
I don't think I
I
really don't rate them as a tag team and them being the best. I think FTR are a much better tag team. I don't always agree with what the bald one's got to say online. He's very much a cheerleader for AEW, and that's fine. Be a cheerleader. I think him and uh, who's the partner, Cash.
Cash, yeah.
Yeah, or Gunsmoke. Yeah, they
Hmm.
they're a they're I think they're a better team. They're a better wrestling tag team than the Bucks. I don't rate the Bucks. I never have, even as Generation
Me,
them me Generation
Generation
me
Me.
Generation whatever. I
Yeah.
didn't think they were that good. I just it's just one of my things. I'm sure other people liked them, and that's okay too. But
Dollar Store Motor City Machine Guns.
yeah, maybe. I
Dollar
mean,
Store
they're
Motor
they're
City
free
Machine
agents
Guns.
as well, aren't they? I'm sure the word is they're going to end up in AEW. So you
The
can have
Motor
the real
City
you can have
Machine
the
Guns.
real thing. Yeah, the
I mean,
real
I'd
the
rather Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley over Matthew and fucking Nicholas. I've loved the Motor City Machine Guns for years. I've watched them grow, and now they're old.
I I got to be honest. I was a bit sort of in and out of this match because just watched the other one, the Danielson and Osprey match, and you sort of take a bit of a breather, didn't you? You take a bit of a minute after a
You
longer,
have
more
to.
intense match. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, pacing. I think the card is done poorly. I think this is the spot where you stick Willow and Julia Hart.
Yeah. And that's not
It's not
in
a
a
knock.
sexist fucking way
No, but
either. That is, you've
or
got to
or you
pace
put
it.
the six man, you put Copeland and his crew against the House of
Yes,
Black. You didn't need to put
absolutely.
it on that early.
Yeah.
You've got to, you bring them up, you bring them out. They can't be up the whole time. And you notice that
That's
the
right.
crowd are getting some
I
sort
can't
of
take it.
fatigue.
Yeah.
And then the big spot happens. Someone runs into the ring. It's Jack Perry. He gets, and this is why it's something I pulled up on pretty quickly. It's an arguable pop. He gets a pop because he's in front of those fans. He is not in front of those fans every week. He is over with those fans because those fans are very pro AEW. They hate CM Punk. They are thrilled to see Jack Perry. But in 2 weeks' time, when they're in a different city where it's not all pro AEW, it's people just coming to watch the show,
Yeah.
are they going to be thrilled to see Jack Perry? The answer is no.
He's not been on TV for ages, so he's not been around since fucking All
No.
In, has he?
Like I said, there's a huge difference between being over with the marks and being over.
Hmm.
And these guys, especially online, are talking about Jack Perry like he's the second coming of Steve Austin. He still can't cut a promo. His wrestling is okay. I'm not going to knock that. Why would I? But he looks like the guy from that 70s show. And yeah, he's not over with me. I don't think it translates into anything other than another dead storyline. And we will get to that because that will be coming up soon. I did not enjoy the match. I think the run-in was predictable and poorly done, but yeah, I'll let you add to that.
No, it's the same, man. I don't give a fuck about any Bucks match.
No,
I
that's
don't care.
exactly it. Like
I don't
all
care
the
about it.
matches we've been talking about, this was probably
Mm.
the one I cared about the least.
Yeah, I don't care about any Bucks match.
Uh,
I still think it's their fault that fucking CM Punk was treated the way he was in AEW.
well, if you listen to Kenny Omega in some of his recent sort of online chats and stuff like that, he sounds almost remorseful about
Hmm.
what happened. It seems pretty obvious that he was the one protecting the dog.
Yeah,
He just got the dog out there. Kenny seems like a good guy, like,
yeah,
and it seems almost like he's distanced himself from behaviors and
yeah.
all of that stuff that goes with the other EVPs. Maybe Kenny's not long for that shit.
Yeah, I mean, what is he's been injured though, hasn't he, Kenny
He had
Omega?
he had a bout of diverticulitis and stuff like that. Like so, but he is due on the show. It was broken by the arena instead of AEW that he would be on the show in Winnipeg or wherever it is. I
Mhm.
think
Yeah,
next
because being
week.
Canadian. Yeah,
Yeah. Main event time, as should be main event. Swerve Strickland, Samoa Joe. I don't know, man. Like, I'm gonna start it off with. I think Swerve could do without Nana. I think all of that
mm.
can go.
Yeah. I mean, who
Swerve don't need a manager.
he's supposed to be a heel though, and he's got like a babyface manager. Like Nana's sort of
Got
like a
yeah.
babyface.
It's a babyface move with all the dancing and all of that, and
Yeah,
who's even a heel wouldn't have a catchphrase like that. Whose house? They just wouldn't.
yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it has its historic moment, and it's a good match. It's not amazing, but Samoa Joe's matches are never boring. They're never dull.
I love Samoa Joe.
Yeah, and
I've got some stuff to show on the show at some point to do with Samoa Joe coming real soon that I'm gonna show maybe when we do some TNA stuff or
yeah,
whatever.
man,
But yeah, I've
I'm here for that.
got some merch.
Um,
I love Samoa Joe.
yeah, it's just decent enough match. Swerve does get the win. He is the new world champion. He's the first black AEW world champion. About time. How long's the company been going? 5 years. That's great. Like, time to make some history. I did notice that Joe just like literally rolled out the ring, went straight up the ramp as well.
Yeah,
Like that was, he's letting him have his moment. He's not sticking around for it. I'm guessing there's no rematch anytime soon with something like that. Yeah, I think the Nana stuff needs to go unless he's going to become a super, white meat baby face. He ain't.
he ain't. You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah. That I mean, you got to pick a road, don't you? You got to pick a
Yeah.
path on what you're trying to do with someone, you know. And it's just this conflicting, so it's diluting anything that's being done anywhere, you know.
Yeah.
The whole Swerve signing the contract in blood and all that, and
It-
um,
like I said, we tweeted last year that if Swerve should be the first Black AEW World Champion. He has all the tools, everything about him screams champion. He has main event written all over him, and we were right.
yeah, of course we
Sorry,
were.
sorry, Graham.
Yeah,
Can't
we
help it.
said Swerve was a star for as soon as
Yeah,
he signed.
we did. Proper game changer, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it would translate into ratings or anything like that.
But
We'll
again,
see. We'll see.
it all depends on the booking though as well. If you again take Nana out of the
We'll
maybe
get there.
make Swerve the fucking baby face.
We're gonna have to talk about the booking now because we're going on to Dynamite, and fuck me, this is a show of epically bad proportions. Instead of opening the show, that lead in, remember, the lead in is very important, isn't it? From the Big Bang Theory, it people can joke and say what they want, but you almost getting a million viewers at the start of the show because they're watching Big Bang, right?
Bro, do you know the numbers have come in, right? For Dynamite.
Oh no,
Do
go
you
on.
want to know the
Well, we're here, so let's do it. Tell me.
And we know we haven't said what happened on Dynamite yet either, and
Nope, not yet.
and it was quite a big. So we'll tell you the number first, shall we, or should we wait
No, no,
until
tell me the number. I need to know now.
683,000?
No.
Yeah,
Obviously, we don't have the breakdowns yet, I'm sure, but
I
we'll
don't know.
yeah.
We might have because usually when we're on the show, we usually find
We've
out
had
that
the
sort of
breakdowns
shit.
before, yeah.
Because
No.
I've just found that that's in the WhatsApp group. That's in.
Right, guys, we are actually going off the script as such. Like we were going to talk about Dynamite, the show, but we are now diving into Dynamite, the numbers, and
But then again, it's when you hear about what was on the show.
okay, there's no breakdown yet, but as always, for anyone that's new to this or anyone that stops listening around these times, AEW gets a nice lead in on TBS from The Big Bang Theory, being on before it, of about
Yeah.
1 million people. It's a nice base to start with. Fuck, the drop must have been huge. But instead of opening your show with your new world champion, which is what you should have done, or you should have opened the show with the angle that ended the show, it gives everyone time to digest it whilst the show's going on.
That's what they should have done. That's what they should have done.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm booking the show again. I'm sorry.
Mm.
Like with the Danielson and Osprey thing. Open the show with your world champion. Let him have a celebration. But no, they didn't do that. And I'll talk about the celebration thing out in a minute.
Yeah.
Instead, they sent out Orange Cassidy, and the best friends who are now split, Trent Beretta and fucking Chuck Taylor. I couldn't give up. They were on the pre-show, and we didn't even mention them. I couldn't give a fuck about what Orange Cassidy's doing, and especially Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor. They're boring. So instead of putting something out, that's going to keep people, you stuck out people that just turn that off. Who the fuck are
Yeah.
these
Who the
clowns?
fuck? Exactly. You put your.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know. You put your guys on there that are recognizable. You put your people on there that are going to keep people for at least another 10, 15
Yep.
minutes.
I thought about this as well, even before Dynamite. A swerve celebration, either at the middle point of the show, the top of the hour, or at the beginning of the show, not the main event. Leave that for whatever match you were going to stick on anyway.
Yeah.
Lots of colors, lots of balloons, ticker tape, everything. Like really push the boat out for the swerve celebration, and have other people come out, other wrestlers come out, congratulate Swerve, but congratulate him in a way that the target's on your back now. I'm coming for you. I'm looking for you. Have some other wrestlers that aren't there send gifts, maybe something with a bit of Burberry on it, saying congratulations. All of that stuff.
And
Build
have
something.
and have him turn around to Nana and say, "Stop with the fucking dancing
Yeah,
already, bro."
exactly. Like when Swerve came out, Nana had the mic, and
Yeah.
he shit on the mic.
Yeah.
I
This is
couldn't
the
believe
thing.
what I was seeing.
Yeah.
Like I said, have a load of wrestlers come out, not a load, but even Joe and a few others like who were sort of in and around title contention, Adam Cole, and say, congratulations, Swerve. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
There's so much more you can do. And like I said, I did come up with the idea of, a gift being delivered to Swerve, but in a Burberry box or something saying congratulations.
Yeah.
Because he's coming back at some point.
Yeah.
And yeah, they didn't do it. They stuck him and Carl Fletcher on in segment 2 in the match after the boring shit with Orange Cassidy. We have spoke about Carl Fletcher. We really like Carl Fletcher. We've seen
We've
him
seen
live.
him
We
live.
think he's brilliant.
Yep.
But as the ROH TV champion or whatever he is, he's currently really irrelevant. So sticking him in a eliminator match where he takes on the champion, we've already spoke about that like ad nauseum. Swerve did not need to wrestle a match. He needed to be presented as the champion, as this big character. And instead they had him wrestle Carl Fletcher with botches because there were some, they've already been put out there. And it's a waste. And like I said, we like Carl Fletcher. We're big fans of his. We loved his work. Aussie Open, great tag team. But dropping the ball and doing it so spectacularly is gonna grate on us. Oh man, sorry, Chris. You take that ball for a minute.
No, you're right though. If you've got that lead in that you've got to make sure that the people that you're putting on in front of everybody straight away is going to be people that are going to keep people there. And that sure as hell ain't Orange Cassidy and the fucking best friends, is it? You know, so if you've got people that are sort of your more household namey people, even if you have people coming on and doing a sort of, get Jericho on there first thing. People know Chris Jericho.
Yeah,
Get him.
they had a whole segment of the learning tree with Chris Jericho, like a celebration, if you will.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jericho gets a celebration, but Swerve doesn't. Like,
But
fucking
that's what I'm saying.
fix
But
your priorities.
yeah, but that's the
Fuck's
thing. But
sake.
if you're gonna do the learning tree with Jericho, put it on first. So then it's gonna keep those people more watching that might not watch, but they go, "Oh fuck, it's Chris Jericho, and he's doing some sort of stuff on the mic." Great. Okay,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
watch this.
Willow Nightingale got a celebration, and then she got a square off with fucking Mercedes, and again, it's turning people off
The
because
celebration.
yeah, the whole Mercedes appearing every week and not doing anything is, 683,000. Oh man, proof's in the pudding.
Yes.
You've They made more of an effort to promote and publicize, even on Dynasty. IWGP World Title was going to be defended on Dynamite. What the hell? Not what's going to happen. What are we looking forward to with Osprey? What are we looking forward to with anything else? It was, let's promote Moxley and everyone's favorite New Japan wrestler, Powerhouse Hobbs.
Mhm.
Can't believe how fucking brain dead it gets at times.
Yeah,
I just want to enjoy a good wrestling show, and I want to be able to see it that it's working well. And
it's
then
put together well. Yeah.
and yeah, no, they made a point of promoting the IWGP, a title that's not theirs, a world championship. Yes, it's fine, have a partnership. Put that match on the pay-per-view. Yeah, you put everything else on there.
Yeah.
Put that match on the pay-per-view. Don't don't use your valuable TV time to promote New Japan Pro Wrestling, because the fans and the general sort of wrestling fan base, especially
Don't.
in America, do not give a fuck about New Japan.
That's right.
And yeah, they're walking into fucking doors left, right, and center here.
Mhm.
What else was there? There was this weird scramble match that Osprey won to earn a shot at Double or Nothing against Roderick Strong. Is Osprey just gonna go undefeated until he fucking gets the title at All In? Probably.
Yeah, of course he is. That's exactly what's going to
Yeah.
happen, bro.
When he should be gearing up for a rematch with Danielson to earn a win. He can't just go and beat everyone. That's fucking
Tony
boring.
Khan's just like, don't worry,
Yeah.
I'm booking you strong. You're not going to lose. You're the best in the world. Look,
Uh,
look, 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 look.
yeah. Yum yum. Take it all down.
Do you know what I mean?
And then let's. Sorry, I'm seeing some of the jokes about the ratings now already, and it's quite funny. The main event is built around an angle where not Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, the scapegoat, blah blah blah, comes out to apologize to Tony Khan. He wants to be reinstated, all that. And is this Tony's gimmick that he's gullible? He doesn't even. This is my problem. He doesn't even say, "I'm gonna have to think about it, Jack. I'm gonna see you next week in Winnipeg."
Yeah,
He just like goes up to him, shakes his hand, and cuddles him.
yeah,
They're wasting weeks of television
yeah,
in one segment. And then Jack Perry hits Tony Khan. Tony Khan forgets to sell where he's got hit and just takes a bump.
yeah. Gets
Like,
punched in the belly and
yeah,
then hits the
he
deck and
he
holds his head.
flatbacks it. He flatbacks a
Yeah,
bump. Like, I'm like, go on, Tony. Like, yeah, it's great you've taken a bump, but you're not selling where you got it.
yeah.
And then he realizes and he
And he
doubles
holds
over a
his,
bit. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this is where again it gets fucked, because the Bucks and Okada come out as part of this, what would someone called it, the mini world order or the miniature world order or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Evolution, devolution, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
yeah.
The Bucks come out. Now at this point, with logic, and I'm going to use logic here, the Bucks should come out and say, Jack, what the fuck, man? Like, absolutely not. He is the boss. You do not do that.
Yeah.
And then cut the show, finish it.
Yeah.
Because then you've got more TV. You've got Collision, you've got Rampage, you've got Dynamite next week, the week after that, to layer it. Instead, oh no, we're shitting with the fucking driver.
Yeah.
So they all turn in one fell swoop. Tony's laying on the floor for 2 seconds. Instead of getting that money shot of them standing over Tony in celebration, arms in the air, you've got one of the referees trying to push through.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
You had three of them in the
Idiot.
ring within seconds.
Yeah, that idiot Bryce fucking pushing through the elite to get to Tony, like before they'd had a chance to properly
gloat.
Not even gloat, but to just get that money shot. That's the shot you wanted. The four of them standing over Tony in some form of celebration.
That's right.
But before you've done that, he's fucking jumping through the ropes. I'm like, you twat, what are you fucking doing? And I thought at this point as well, I thought, beat up the refs. Go on, batter them.
Do you know what do you know what I thought? As soon as the refs are trying to get in, you get a car to turn round, grab one of them and fucking throw him out and tell
as
him
soon
to
as
go,
one of them pushes past and puts their hands on him, it's like, go on, like choke him out. Fucking hell.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And you go, what are you gonna do? We're fucking EVPs. What are you gonna do? You ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. Yeah. This
Weeks
is the thing.
of television
terrible booking.
Flush down the pisser.
Yeah. Terrible.
And what can we say? Like, we in jest have offered Tony our services. We are giving him gold here.
But was he scared for his life, do you think, at a wrestling show?
I'm gutted Jack Perry didn't choke him.
Yeah.
In all of that, in all of the hilarity of it all, he should have choked him a little bit. Or said, Tony, I can't let you get that close.
Yes, right. You know what I mean?
Chalson and stuff.
If you're gonna sell it. Do it properly. Yeah.
But I just can't believe they flushed what could have been 2-3 weeks at least of television.
At least, but more, bro. Really,
the Bucks showing disgust and helping Tony, like, and saying, Jack, you can't do that. And then next week or the week after, turning on Tony. They all did it in one go. I just do not understand how bad it can be. And again, like, it's been proved because nobody's fucking watching that shit.
Yeah, there was no reason for, again, it to be done all in that night. You've got Jack Perry, let it breathe. He's come back. He spoke to Tony. Let Tony, like you say, I don't know, man. Like, we've been through fucking hell and back with all this situation. Give me some time to think and that, I appreciate you coming. And
I will see you next week.
And I'll see you next week, and that's the thing. And keep that cliffhanger there.
Build. You've got a story there. But again, why do they hate stories?
That EastEnders, bung, 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 bung. That, do you know what I mean?
Like, you got EastEnders do it every fucking week. You've got to hook them in for the next one.
Exactly. You've got to pull them in for the next one.
You've got to need that
cliffhanger.
Standing over Tony and getting pushed out of the way by referees does not hook me for next week.
No, because it's done. What more can be done after that?
Or Kenny's going to be there next week.
Yeah, but I mean, still, but again, with this story though,
Kenny shouldn't have been there next week. Kenny should be there in 5 weeks' time when the elite have started to become bullies.
Yeah,
really like pushy, awful motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Then Kenny comes in and goes, guys, what are you doing?
What have you become?
Not the next week, man. Like,
but again, it's ADHD EW. Yeah? That is literally what it is. It's ADHD EW. It is everything's rushed. Quick.
Shad coming out as well. Shad Khan coming out. Like, we tweeted it earlier. Like, I hope he came out and said, "Who did Phil do this to you? Where is Phil? Phil?
Where's Phil?
You Phil? I'm paying you. Who is Phil?"
Like,
but no, it's like, what are they? I'm worried about what they do next because they're going to have to start knocking them out the park for people to think about coming back. not
But
just one knock out the park. People will come back. They won't. They want to see it consistently, and that
yeah,
is not consistent. That is garbage.
it's garbage. I mean, Tony Khan didn't even want to be an on-screen character, did he? He said that
That's what he
at the
said.
beginning.
Yeah, like,
You know,
I mean, does this mean we get Jack Perry and Tony Khan at All In?
I mean, God forbid we get that.
Oh,
Oh
can you
my
imagine?
God. I mean, the thing for
That way,
me,
Tony can say he wrestled in front of like 40,000, 50,000 or something.
you know, the whole thing of Tony being hit, it was all rushed and everything like that. But the thing that did get me was those referees jumping and barging into the shot, and you know, it was fucking hell, man.
I,
They should have been smacked about and told to fuck off, and you know, but they should have been sent in later, you know. But it
I also
was
need to add
terrible.
everything about Jack Perry doesn't scream out the term badass or big man or whatever. Like the hit, the punch or whatever he hits Tony Khan with doesn't look like it knocked my kids over.
No,
You know, my kids are tough boys, but like, yeah, like they're kids. And
yeah.
I don't think that punch would have knocked him down.
Well, no, they did it with the mic to make it sound worse as well, with the sound
I
of the
didn't even
book.
hear that bit.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think, oh, fuck.
It was fucking terrible. It was fucking awful. You know what I mean?
Oh, have you got
Bad.
anything to add, or should we
No,
just
it was
leave it at that?
fucking dog shit. It was absolute dog shit. Again, they rush everything. There was literally no need to do all of that. Like you say, they have got a month's worth of TV, maybe more, chucked into 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Terrible.
it's very disappointing, very, very sad that this is where we're going with this, and it being proved that people are turning off. I don't think, the excuses. I mean, the excuses will come, saying, "Oh, it's people that are illegally streaming it now, or people are DVRing it, or people are, watching it later on this, that, and the other." Like, don't lie. People don't want to watch it because it's
Yeah,
poor.
yeah.
Ugh, mate, what a mess.
It's a mess. It's a
Ugh.
fucking mess.
But we had to talk about it because it was, we'd been speaking about Dynasty and what happened there, and then we got to Dynamite, which is, last night for us because today is Thursday. But
Mhm.
and then yeah, the ratings come out as well. It's almost a 90,000 drop from last week.
They ain't getting any bigger, are they? The ratings. They ain't getting any higher.
At the moment, they are not going to turn the other way. There needs to be, like I said, there needs to be 4 or 5 weeks of immaculate,
Compelling.
wonderful shows. Yeah,
Yeah.
really good
TV.
shows.
Hmm.
And I think 4 or 5 weeks is me being optimistic. I think you'd need 2 months worth.
Hmm.
But that many, 6 weeks of good shows is a good amount to maybe turn the tide and get people to stay and then more people to add on. But yeah, I mean, by the end, you could be looking by after all, or in or around all in, you could be looking at 600 on the dot, which is less than NXT.
Yeah.
And they laughed at NXT.
Even though NXT is their developmental.
Yeah. And, shout out to NXT who put on a really good show on Tuesday with Trick Williams becoming the NXT champion. We know Dragunov's moving on to the main shows, but I mean, Trick Williams is a fucking star, isn't he?
Oh yeah, fantastic.
I mean, the crowd love him. Like, did you see the clip of the arena shaking when Trick Williams won the title?
It's
Like the
nuts, isn't it?
cameraman like literally couldn't hold still, like because people were bouncing in the arena. Like,
Yeah.
oh man. And we literally didn't talk a fucking split second about WWE here.
Yeah.
Oh fucking hell, man. Right.
A lot, man. But it's again, we're consistently just talking about this shit, and it ain't getting any better. They're not doing anything any different in AEW.
No.
They're not cooking. They're not letting things cook. They're just everything's rushed and everything's hasty. You
Some of
know,
that and
and
some of that slow cooked meat is some of the best stuff in the world.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Like they need to, remember that. Some of the stuff you leave in the pot or in the oven for 8 to 12 hours.
Hmm.
Fucking hell, man. That is good
Right.
shit. But no, they want flip it in the pan once or twice and out on the plate.
They want a hot pocket. You know what I mean?
They want fast food. Yeah.
That's right. They want a hot pocket. Bing, thank you.
Oh man, what else can we do? Like, I think we should let the people go, let them digest our analysis of Dynasty
Yeah.
and Dynamite. And
Yeah.
this is what we're gonna keep doing. Like, it is analysis of what we've seen. It is not, it's not gospel. It's not the word. Like, people are allowed to disagree with us on this as much as we are allowed to disagree with other people. I really do think, I believe truly that the Ospreay and Danielson should have been a best of three thing, should have been a trilogy, act three, like Chris said. And I would like to leave people on that note and let them digest that and let us know what you think. Because you guys are friends and family, you're wonderful people, and I would love to know what you guys think about what we've spoke about today. And if you are new to this, by all means hit the subscribe button. Slap Chris's bell. It needs a good tickle.
Do it. Do it. We have had many people slap the bell. We need to keep getting those subscribers in. You get fantastic interviews. You get breakdowns. You get analysis. You get a bit of fun here and there with a few quizzes. You've got it all from this channel. You've got reviews as well that we're gonna do watch-alongs as well. We will do that Adam Cole Kyle O'Reilly match.
Our content is about to change a little bit. It's about to get maybe even a little bit, there's a bit more. There might be a little bit more to come, with other subjects included. But for right now, we'll just leave you with that. The things that, what Chris was talking about, the reviews, the interviews, the games, the pissing about, we sit together. Sometimes we sit together with a guest. We give you guys discount on energy drinks.
Right.
It's good shit. Exactly. I mean, if you've clicked the link in the description, use the code GRAPPLE and you can get yourself 10% off and enjoy this shit like we do.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah. We've stuck around in the Australian and Irish charts as well. So thank you guys. We love the crack, and good day to everyone.
Yes, yes.
We are appreciative. Sorry, that's a big word to say for me at this time of night. Of anyone that listens and watches. We really do love each and every one of you guys. You are our wrestling friends and family. You are the bollocks.
Yep.
To us. And what else can we say apart
They're
from
the lifeblood of this channel, mate, and we appreciate it. And but again, like, subscribe, share. Share this with your fellow wrestling friends and family. Click click the subscribe, click the bell. Do everything you can. Give us likes on the podcast platforms: Podbean, Spotify, Deezer, Castbox, all of those, all that good shit. Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Apple Music. Do it all, because we really appreciate it and it really helps the show. Doesn't cost you anything. Give us a little review. Give us your 5 stars, your Meltzer, 7 stars in the Tokyo Dome. All of that good shit.
So with that, we say thank you very much. We appreciate every last one of you fuckers that tunes in and just listens and watches for a bit. That it means so much to us. You can't imagine how much it means to us, guys. Thank you. We appreciate you all. I'm JB. Next to me is the best Chris in all of wrestling podcasts, Mr. Chris Dredd.
Boom.
Take care, guys. We'll see you soon.